do a video blog post about auto rickshaws and getting around in Bangalore because it's been probably one of the biggest culture shocks I've had here so far. So an auto rickshaw, if you don't know, is it's kind of hard to describe. It's almost like a motorcycle with room for passengers on a bench in the back seat, and it has a thing that goes over it. So it's like a very small car, but there's only one wheel in the front and two wheels in the back. So the driver sits in the front and has like kind of like a motorcycle handlebar thing, and then like 2 to 4 passengers, depending on how much you want to get squished, can sit in the back in the weird bench seat. Anyways, so driving around in these rickshaws is how we get around to most places in Bangalore because it's super cheap, and like comparatively to taxis, it's really cheap. Probably about, like for me to get to school, which is about like 2.5, 3 miles away, 50, 60 rupees, and then split between 2 or 3 people makes it like 25 cents each. So really, really cheap way to get around, but definitely a little bit more risky than any other way too. Because in Bangalore, even on 2-lane roads, there's usually room for like, according to Bangaloreans, maybe 6 lanes. So they'll have like 3 motorcycles, 2 rickshaws, maybe a couple cars, and they'll all be pushing together and trying to get through. Also, as my resident director so lovingly told us, in the US we see, traffic laws as laws. He was like, and here in Bangalore we see them as amusements. So if that gives you any idea of the kind of traffic that we get put in every single day, all the time, and that you have to cross the street in, that's pretty much what's going on here. And also the rickshaw drivers have this really bizarre informal economy where what they'll do is they'll pick you up out of like a touristy district, say Commercial Street, which is like the fashion district. They'll pick you up and they'll say that they'll take you back to where you're trying to get to NGV, which is where we live, or to school or whatever, for no rupees, for free, or for like 10 or 20 rupees, which is way cheaper. But then the catch is that they'll take you to different shops. They'll say it's their shop, but I'm pretty sure it's just like their friends' shops. And then when they get to the shop, you go in and you can look around and like you feel really, really bad if you don't buy anything because there's like 9 salespeople following you around, assuming that since you're white and you're a tourist, that you're gonna buy plenty of stuff and make their day. And then after you're done, like 10 minutes or whatever, you go back outside and the driver of the rickshaw has gotten like, we can't quite tell, it might be a receipt or a ticket or a voucher, or maybe it's just money, I don't really know. But they get this piece of paper for taking you there from the shop owner. So they try and collect as many of these as they can. So they'll take you around to like 6 or 7 different shops, and then they'll pay a different auto rickshaw driver to take you home. But like, it's a legitimate thing. Like everyone ends up getting home and it's fine. But it's the most bizarre, just like, it just seems so informal and like something that in the US you would think is a scam that's gonna get you killed in a back alley somewhere. So anyway, that's what using a rickshaw every day is like here in Bangalore. Bye.